Hello guys, this is DaSpoofy here, and this will be my first video on my channel. And what we have today is Pokemon Showdown, which is one of my stronger points in video games, I guess. I'm fairly good at it, and UU is my favorite tier, and I need to be laddering with this account right here, ULT DaSpoofy, for some sort of UU tournament. So that's what I'll be doing. I chose a super offensive team so I can break through all the noob levels really quick, and then I'll do a more strategic team once I get higher up in the ladder, like 1350 or to like 1500s, until I get top 100, and then I might make a new team depending on what I see a lot. Superior is very popular right now. I actually have 4 things that counter, not really counter, but resist grass types, and I have 2 sets of pretty powerful priority. First off, we have Galvantula with Thunder, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, and Sticky Web. Its main job is to get up Sticky Web, but I catch people off guard when I attack them right off, and the Focus Sash is very helpful if they don't have Rocks up or anything, if I have to bring it in later and survive something and take off a hit. The Bug Buzz is also great because it goes through sub. Machamp, this is actually a bulky variant, which no one runs, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. First off, I thought of Rest Sleep Talk would be good with Guts, but then I figured out that Dynamic Punch makes the confusion and the resting all the worthwhile. Plus, you never run out of Dynamic Punches if you're Sleep Talking with it. So that's great since you only get 8. Arcanine is fully offensive. Like I said, this team is really offensive with Will-O-Wisp and max speed, but it's also adamant. Powerful extreme speed, powerful flare blitz. It has leftovers, so it can keep living since it has 2 moves that have recoil. Didn't put close combat on it since I have Machamp. And I have Honchkrow, which is so underrated. It is so good. Moxie Life Orb. You put max attack, you put speed. I usually put max speed. Some people run HP. I feel like that's awful. With Sticky Web, this is great for Brave Bird, sweeping. The Sucker Punches for like Superiors or something that didn't get affected by Sticky Web that needs to die. And Pursuit is for those mind games. I don't really use Pursuit unless I'm 100% sure it won't bite me in the butt later. And Roost, because as I said, I have Machamp, so I don't have the superpowers. Sometimes I wish I did, but Roost is very, very helpful, but only in specific situations, so it might be trade out for superpower later. We got Empoleon, which this is probably my favorite special wall in the game. It has Scald, Roar, Stealth Rock, Defog. Sometimes I have Knockoff instead of Roar. Sometimes I have Toxic, but it's usually Roar. And since I have nothing else on this team that has Dragon Tail or Roar or Whirlwind, then I will have Roar and Scald. Self-explanatory. Some people are weary about Defog and Stealth Rock, but I think it's fine. And last of all, we have something very different. Since I'm running a Sticky Web team, I went with Jolly Darmanitan Life Orb, which its Flare Blitz hurts. It hurts really bad. And I have Zen Headbutt, which may be a bad move. It's boosted by the sheer force. So I kept it. And Encore is to surprise the setup sweepers that are slower than me. Rock Slide, self-explanatory. Zen Headbutt. I want to have U-turn, but then again, I don't want to give away that I have a Life Orb, because I don't want to feel like I'm locked in, and then but once I do Encore, they'll know. So we'll see. Let's get a battle with this, and this first video is going to be long, so I'm sorry. But let's find a battle. Leveling up below ladder. And I'm waiting. Let's see what the UU room is doing. Alright, so we got a battle against Cookie Me Man 111. I'll try to add some music, something that's not copyright. so this won't be totally boring. He's got 2 different things. We got for alligator and Regice, and the other 4 things are UU, except I don't know if the bird is RU still. If it is, it won't be for long. What I see right here is Darmanitan hurting a lot of things. All I have to do is weaken that Donphan. And saying that, I think he might lead with it or Arcanine, and in that case, I want to lead with probably my Machamp, since it's defensive. If he leads with the Pidgeot, that would be unfortunate, but I can always switch to Empoleon. He actually leads with the Goodra, which is different. Since it's still physically defensive, but not as special, I'm just gonna hit it, and good on my part. And I'm just gonna go for it again because, as you see his team, nothing really wants to take it. And if you look at my team, nothing wants to take a Dynamic Punch either. I'm actually quite fighting weak. Alright. He's probably going to bring in his Pidgeot or his Donphan. Probably Pidgeot, yeah. And I'm just going to switch to Empoleon since it's my special wall. And it can take heat waves like 30% or something. The Scald's always hurt. I actually made a Pidgeot set. I'll show you guys on Super Bowl Sunday that can take Scalds and there's no real consequence. And he actually runs Air Slash instead of Hurricane, which is different. Got that 30% flinch, which is good for him. I don't want him just freely putting in his Feraligatr, so I'm going to go for Scald and hope for a burn. If I set up rocks and he switches to Donphan, he has a turn to EQ me even though I'm faster. I don't want to give him an extra turn to Swords Dance or whatever he needs to do. 3 things on his team are weak to South Rock, though. And he does bring in the Feraligatr. And I don't get the burn. And I want to switch out probably right here. No, I'm going to Roar. And see what he wants to do. If he wants to go for the Earthquake right off the bat. Or if he wants to set up. In the future, I'll probably actually do one right after this, maybe. I want to do moveset videos because he wants to attack me right away. Because I got ideas that are unoriginal for Pokemon, and I think they'll be rather cool and even viable. Blame Truth, he does a lot of that stuff, or he did. I don't see much anymore. And his stuff was okay, but it turned out to be just like slapping an Assault Vest onto stuff. Regice, I wonder if that is especially offensive since he's carrying the Thunderbolt. Or maybe he just hates water types because they probably switch into this thing all the time. I don't want to switch out to Darm right now. Not yet. I'll switch out to Machamp and then just proceed from there. I can take a special hit from a Regice. I don't know if I'm faster. I always put a little EVs in speed. Just a little. But it might not make a difference. Yeah, because people don't see stuff like Swalot or Mr. Mime or Stunfisk. Stunfisk is actually really good in UU. I'll show you guys some other time. Because of its typing, its defenses, and its ability. It's actually a great Jirachi counter. And most people don't know that, and no one uses Stunfisk, so I'm going to conserve Dynamic Punches and go for knockoff here. This battle is pretty easy to win. I counter most of his guys. and that's different. So I knock off whatever he has and actually get a crit, which probably doesn't matter. I'm just gonna kill him off with Dynamic Punch as he goes for the Flare Blitz. He might go for Will-O-Wisp. I wouldn't consider that a smart play. Well, he doesn't know what set I'm running, so I guess it would be a good play if I was a different Arcanine. I mean, Machamp. Now I was confused. I'm actually going to switch out because I got the Intimidate is off on me, and I can't do much with that going around. So, I could switch to my own Arcanine, but the only thing I would be able to hit him with is Wild Charge. So I'm actually going to switch to Darmanitan because he has the Rock Slide. And if he hits me twice with, not Flare Blitz can't 2-hit KO me, but if he Flare Blitz and then close combats, he might be able to take me out. I doubt it. I'm actually going to go for the Rock Slide right here as he hits himself in confusion, which is very good for me. I'm sorry if this first video is sloppy. It's my first video, so I'm actually really excited to do this. I got off of work early, and I'm like, yes, I'm making videos because I just got the snowball today. Hope you guys can hear me well. And I'm actually faster than the Arcanine, so it's probably a defensive variant. This for Alligator, I don't know what its speed is /data. I think it's like 80. It's 83, so I am faster, but I probably can't KO it with Zen. He just plain out attacked last time, so let's go to Machamp because I can take a waterfall, I think, relatively well. He's got 105 base attack. For Alligator is actually really good in NU, and Samurott kind of does the same thing. Sword stances up. So I don't know why they're both in NU. I was hoping Samurott was actually in FU because I was leveling up in FU for a while. I made top 14, and then I realized I hated the tier, so I quit. Right now I think I'm still like top 50 if he flinches. Alright. So this play right here is going to Pidgeot and like U-turning because that's all he can do. He could go out into Donphan if he had speed. I doubt he does. If he stays in with Pidgeot, then I'm obviously going to go out to Empoleon. He can double switch to Donphan. You can switch out to Donphan, and then I can avoid the Earthquake or sacrifice a guy in order to win the battle. I'll probably go out to Arcanine to take the Earthquake if it comes to that, and then proceed to go into probably Galvantula and go for the Giga Drain. I'm going to switch out, like I said, to Empoleon. So the goal for the next 2 weeks is actually only 10 subscribers, which is great for me because I'm very little right now. I don't have a single subscriber, which is fine. Did he expect this? I don't know. He's kind of playing weird, and now I can just kill him with the skull. This game's over. It's probably a 6-0. And 10 subscribers would make me so happy. If I got more than that, I would be ecstatic. I am friends with a lot of the people in UU, but not close friends. I actually don't have any close friends, Pokemon players. I do, but they play the DS version, and they don't really do competitive. King UU is really cool. Play with him a lot. I don't know. I think he gave up. There's nothing he can do to me. He can try flinching me. That's it. Yeah, Pidgeot is actually really good. He actually Hyper Beams, which is nice. I've seen Hyper Beam on Pidgeot before. Just very situational. So situational that no one uses it. And that's game 6-0. Alright, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll bring you more videos as soon as possible. GG, my man. And, yeah. See ya.